Third question, Francesco is a real man, one of flesh and blood, and represents the ability to change, to live a life of continuous searching and testimony through ourselves. How did you work on the interpretation of the film?
I didn't know, I grew up Catholic, and so there was some saints that I knew about, and there was, Jesus Christ that I knew about, God. I didn't know that much about St. Francis until, I started to read about St. Francis, and from what Liliana told me, St. Francis he came from a very wealthy family. He was a playboy, I could relate to that, he liked women, he liked fine food, and I could say fast cars, but there wasn't any back then. He was living in the fast lane, and he gave it all up because something touched him, and he was sent a message. I mean, and that happens in life. People change like on a dime. It's like in life. We're only here for a very short period of time, and you can't take it with you. It's like these guys, these businessmen that are like 75 years old. They're still trying to flip and make money, and it's like, whoa, brother, I never seen no Brinks truck pull up at a funeral. Either spend the money, have a good time, or work toward being the best person you could be, because I like to believe that there's somewhere to go at the end of all this shit, and I really think there is, and so also I really love my dogs a lot, and St. Francis is my dog. I have a dog that died. That I have I have his daughter still, Bojack. He died. I had him over there with me, and I was going through some really hard times one time, and I was sitting in a closet ready to do some real serious shit to myself, and I didn't want to be here no more. And I remember I looked down at my dog, and he was looking up at me like, "Who the fuck's going to take care of me if you're gone?" So I mean, I really do believe that. you know, you know, there's a real good reason that dogs are here, because they can be man's best friend if you've lost everything and you got a dog, you're going to be okay. That's the way I feel.
Last question would be, the key word underlying the film and Francesco himself is contact, a word that manifests the need to testify ourselves through the body. This form of self-consumption and self-offering inevitably leads us to Randy, the character in The Wrestler, which is to open in Italy in January. Mm-hmm. Is there a common thread between these two intense interpretations?
As far as what you're talking about is there a connection between contact with the character and myself? With Francesco, it was just the way I worked privately and made him. It wasn't like this guy could walk on water. This guy suffered to be what he was, and what he was he wanted to be pure. He wanted to cleanse. There's a scene in St. Francis in Francesco where he takes all, and we actually shot the scene. He disrobes and takes all his clothes off. I'll never forget this scene because I was dreading it. He takes all his clothes off, and it was freezing, and he was in the snow, and he's rolling around in the snow because he wants to purify himself and cleanse himself. And I remember I had to drink some kind of Italian liqueur afterwards because I was shaking, and I was shaking before I was rolling in the snow. Here I am in the snow, balls and all, rolling around, cleansing myself. It was like, man, I never did something like that before. Only Liliana Cavani would get me to do a scene like that because of the respect that I have for her. I wouldn't do that scene for a payday, but I knew I had to do that because it was something that was important to show this side of what this guy wanted. He wanted to cleanse himself I could say chasing pussy and living a life that was all about material things. And as far as the wrestler is concerned, what's pure about him is he loves what he's doing. He loves his job. Unfortunately, he's at an age in his life where his job doesn't want him anymore. So if he can't give all of himself to his job, which is wrestling, which is sort of past it, which his days are past, then he just wants to not. I mean, he wants to go out. He wants to go out doing what he loves most. The same thing as Francesco.
Excellent. Do you want to say one last word to Liliana?
Yeah. Hey, Liliana, let's make another movie together, and I hope whatever. Oh, thank you. I got a little cold right now. Talking about that scene where she made me naked, flipping around in the snow, and then the paparazzis took bad pictures and printed it in the magazine. Yeah, Liliana. Let's make a movie that's about violence and sex, so somebody will go see it, because nobody wanted to go see a religious movie about a man talking to a whole bunch of other men. You're one of the best directors I ever worked with. I got a lot of respect for you. I love you very much, and I don't care what they say about us. That's it.